Hello, I am currently recording this audio purely because of the fact that I think I have phlegm in my throat right now. It's not too much. It's not an overwhelming amount. It's just just significant, but it's just some phlegm that I have in my throat right now that is making my voice a little raspy, as you can hear right now. I think I potentially clean it or like cough it up or like I don't know, just clear it somehow to like get rid of this raspiness. But I actually want to I figured I will be cool to like make use of it in that way, like just record my voice for a little while with this when it sounds like this. I don't know. I guess it just sound like this eventually until I eventually clear it myself like manually or until the phlegm. I'm currently actively avoiding to clear my throat, or I'm trying to do it out of instinct, but I'm trying to not to do it right now, just so I can record myself something like this, just for a short while because I think it sounds cool. So this is a little podcast, I guess, of mine that I'm gonna be recording here right now with this voice, and hopefully it's understandable. But I guess it doesn't matter. I'm just that isn't cool. Right now I'm just working on some shit in a little game, a small little short game that realized that my big problem with all of these other projects that I had that never got finished, more specifically game projects I had that never got finished, are like the problem with them was that I always made them like too big, or like scope creep or whatever the fuck that's called, where it's like you like start out small, but then you get so many get so many ideas, and you just get kind of like obsessed and really attached to the idea, like the concept where you're trying to do, like your plans. You can start out small, but then you realize, wait, there's potential. There's potential to be way more than just this small thing, and that's, I don't know if that's the definition of scope creep, but that's how it works for me. Where so much small game ideas or small project ideas have gotten so big and therefore like never finished, just because of due to the fact of me like getting attached to them and be like, wait, this can be way more than just this one thing. I can just and I can do this with this, and I can do that with it, and then it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Even if it's not too big, it's just getting like bigger from what it was original plan. I really fucks it out completely, makes it certain that it's probably not gonna get finished. So right now I'm just making a small project that is where I'm just basically not allowing myself to do that in many ways, and I'm also just like easing the workload by making having a kind of like a philosophy where I just don't really care about if it looks shitty or not, and just like doing it and then moving on to the next thing. And obviously not, obviously it's gotta be functional, but at least I hope so. But what I'm trying to say is like, I'm not caring too much about perfection with this project. I'm just kinda, also the art style that I have chosen for it is quite fun to do, because it's just like really silly and abstract, so I just kinda do whatever I want with it. So that makes like the sprite work and shit for it like way quicker to do as well. Probably it's not very detailed, at least not in a traditional sense. It's not. I don't know. I just like it. The combat is gonna be fun to work on. Kinda wanna make it feel a bit special, like a bit special. Okay, there he goes. So I just clear my throat, and now it sounds normal, kind of. I mean, still, it's still a bit raspy, I guess. But there it is. Fuck. Anyway, I'm just talking, so I guess I figure I keep speaking over this shit. Yeah, I don't know. I want to make the combat of this thing. It is an RPG Maker, because I don't know how to use an actual game engine, because I don't have fucking time to like start using that. Speaking of that, now that I don't have time to do that, I actually don't, because I'm gonna be busy with adult school, which I started because I never finished high school as a teenager, so I'm finishing it now as an adult. Which I used to be ashamed of that. Really, I used to like hide it away from people, even from my friends. I used to like, uh, you know, with like keep that information, and like I never told anyone till pretty recently. I never told anyone that until pretty recently. Like not even my real life friends. Like I didn't tell them that either. Which I haven't talked to my real life friends in a while. But yeah, that's something that only came out like publicly recently. Where it's like, yeah, I never finished high school as a teen because of many reasons. I had a lot of complications and problems, with life, and struggle with a lot of like social anxiety and stuff, which fucked me over. It was just too much of a workload. It was too much work, and I was lazy, and I was sad, and I was lonely, and I was depressed, and it just didn't work out. But I'm doing it now, and actually, first day at old school today was pretty great. And I mean, it was rough around the edges. It was rough around the edges, but it went way more well than I expected, and I totally like accepted. Like I take it as a win because yes, so not everything went like perfectly smoothly, but it went pretty damn well, like more than I expected. That's how I can ask for. That's how I can ask for, and that's how I hope for, really, for it to go at least, for it to be at least decent and manageable. That was pretty sweet. I already met a cool guy that has my same age, and we actually found out that we both went to the same high school before dropping out. I actually went to a different high school for a short while after dropping out of that high school, but it's different because no, yeah, I eventually yeah, I basically went to this high school, and then I ended up dropping out of that one as well, out of that one. Then I went to a different one, and I went for like a year or something, and I ended up dropping out of that one as well eventually. Which yeah, because yeah, I just had a lot of problems with it, and it didn't work out for me. Better late than ever. Better late than ever. So now I'm gonna be finishing high school in 2 years, in a 2-year course with this adult school that is close to where I live. I met that guy that used to go to the high school that I spent most of the time on before dropping out, and that was neat. That was cool. To find someone that I could relate to. He asked for my number, and I have him on WhatsApp and Discord. It's pretty cool. We haven't talked much online, but we did talk in class, and we worked together on a little like group project that we had to do for the first day. Which the first day we didn't have much to do. Like the workload wasn't big. I know this is gonna change soon. Probably like already next day is really gonna be like probably like tougher already. Gonna have potentially gonna have start having homework and stuff. But that's okay. That's to be expected. It's something I'm gonna actually dedicate myself to, and it's gonna obviously steal a lot of time from my hobbies. From game development. Just like I was saying, this new small game project. But that's why it's small as well, because I know I'm not gonna be able to finish it if it's too big as well. Especially with old school now, since I'm gonna be busy with that now. It's important to have my ambitions in check, and I hope that along with school I can like still work on it on my free time, and hopefully it'll be done this year. Uh, and it won't, yeah. I'm not gonna be always working on it. Obviously, I'm not gonna have the time to constantly be working on it, but whenever I can, I will, and hopefully it will release sometime soon. From the time I'm recording this, it's been fun to work on. I don't want to reveal much of it though, because I feel like that on its own will uninspire me in a way, or like just I don't know. That's a weird like philosophy I just have, like that I got from like a lot of content creators. I like from where it's like just work on all the shit that you want to make, and actually make it, and then post it or show or like tease it only if you have like a good substantial amount of it done, to the point it's like it's probably gonna get done or like finished, and it won't get cancelled if you're like close to completion or like close to putting out at least part of it. Like if you're close to posting a demo, then maybe you can tease it, because then it's like, well, at least you're getting the demo out. But yeah, right now I have this philosophy where it's like I'm not gonna post anything outside from what I've told you guys. I'm not gonna post anything of the game until like a demo at least is out. But even then, I kind of like the idea of only letting my close friends and some other like a select few people only letting a select few people play the demo, and then only release the full game publicly once it's like been play tested by like potentially just like friends and stuff. I guess it will be cool to just be able to drop the full game, just like, hey, but, uh, here's this, this is like total surprise. You never seen any of this before, um, and then from there I can like expand upon it if I want to, if I like the concept, if I like working on it. I can like, small game, and I can just like keep on building up on it. And if people like it too, I can do that. I can make like little updates before closing off that chapter of my game development career, I guess. My life, yeah, of my life, of my creative career. It will be cool to have that be a thing, just small demo. Maybe I'll post it publicly, maybe only be for friends. And then, but certainly before I post the full game, I would like to post a little teaser, because then, like I said, if you are sure that it's coming out, because like you already have like a substantial amount of it done, like most of it is done or is already done, then you can tease it, because then it's like it's more certainly gonna come out now that I have like most of it is done, or if it is done, then of course it's gonna come out. So at that point you can. I feel like it will actually not. I mean, it depends on what the project is and what your vision for it is, but you can also just not tease it and just drop it like that. But and what I'm saying is that at that point you are allowed to tease it. Like that is a possibility. That is smart. I would say to all of this, I'm saying if you want to tease your game or your project like long before it's like properly completed or done, that's fine. That's on you. If you wanna do that, that's okay. I'm just saying that personally, I don't like doing that. Not anymore, at least. I've gotten over doing that because I realized that every single game or like project I feel like I've done that for has never come out. Like it's just got like in development hell and cancelled. Because I also like one man's work as well, which obviously makes the whole operation a lot more sluggish. But yeah, with this smaller scope, not showing anything until I have like a good amount of it done. Even then, might just wait until I have something like again substantial to post online, something playable. And I still don't know if I'm only gonna let my friends play the demo or if it's gonna be public. We'll see, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna try to manage that along with Owl School. First day, I really say went pretty great. Didn't have any problems with any of the work that they gave us. It's easy right now. Obviously, it's gonna get tougher as it goes on, but I try to actually dedicate myself to this because I realize that it's something I need in life. It's at I feel like one of the main sources to my depression recently is just like kind of like the lack of structure and purpose. Being just free every day, having the whole day to just do whatever sounds great on paper, and it sounded great when I first dropped out of high school and stopped doing it. That's all I wanted to do, just nothing every day. Well, no, I didn't. It's not that I wanted to do nothing every day. I just wanted to be free every day because high school was so stressful for me, and it was. But then I slowly realized, just having free time all the time, it just made it less valuable the time, and I just reached a point where even if I had all these project ideas that I could do with all of that free time in my hands, just I could technically do it, but I couldn't do it because there was so much. This literally was doing nothing every day, every month, every week, every month, every day. I would just do nothing at one point because I would be like, oh well, tomorrow is free, and tomorrow is free, and next week is free, and the next month is free because I don't have anything to do, and I don't really have any obligations other than like maybe keep the house clean and other like small things like that, small little tasks like that. So why would there's like no incentive, even if I did want to like make shit, like draw or make music or make games, even if I technically could have with all that time, there was no incentive because there was no incentive because of there was just too much free time in my hand, and I know that probably sounds hard to understand, but I'm certain that there's someone out there that's listening to this right now that probably gets where I'm coming from. Where just like having that much free time, or ironically, even if it sounds great, and it is kind of great in a way, if you are productive, it fucks you up because you end up not appreciating it because there's just so much of it, and you end up not doing anything with it. And that's what I did. I didn't do anything with it. I just wasted it. Just look. I mean, it's not like I did absolutely nothing in all that time. I did, still at least try. That's true. I did at least try to make stuff. It's just that I was a lot more sluggish with it, and I worked a lot slower. Um, Regarding like my creative endeavors, I just made art, music, and everything else at a much slower pace because I could just take my time with it because there was no rush. And even if that sounds great, it's really not because it just made it so I became a fucking like it's just like sloth at that point. There's too much time on my hands. I did not appreciate it at all. So I think school is also gonna help me with that. I'm gonna dedicate my time to completing everything they give me, every single like all the work they give me, and doing it well, as well doing social networking with others. Gladly, there's a lot of people around my age. I already made that guy. I can tell we're gonna be good friends. At least I hope so. And I talked to some other people, some girls in there. They were all cool. It's just all these people seem like very respectable and decent and cool. And it's a very diverse group of people and like different ages and from different backgrounds, which is also really interesting and cool. And having that be like a big thing that I'm gonna do, like a big time of my everyday life's time is partly gonna go to that. Like a big part of my everyday, a big part of my time is gonna go to like studying and for like tests and shit and doing homework and doing all that stuff. We're gonna old school to graduate. Finally get my high school degree when in like 2 years because it's a 2-year course. When I'm eventually done with adult school, it's a nice goal to build up to, and I feel like it's gonna be it's an important journey that I'm choosing, and I'm glad that I chose it, that I accepted it, because it's also because like doing all that stuff is also like directly incentivize me to be more productive in my free time, and whenever I'm not doing school stuff, I feel like it's gonna make me appreciate a lot more that time where I just have my own, where I'm just in my own terms to like do whatever I want instead of school work. Obviously, I feel like that's the way it's gonna work, at least. I think so. I hope so, at least. I hope it's gonna I hope it's gonna incentivize me to be more productive in, not only in terms of like creatively, but also just like in general. And yeah, it's something I'm gonna have to split my time on, and that scarcity hopefully will make it more valuable. So that's my cool fucking little life update for you. Thanks for listening. If you did listen, if you didn't listen, that's okay. Why? Because honestly, why the fuck will you listen to this fucking guy just talk about all this shit about his life that you don't really care about and doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things? But if you did listen, thank you. I appreciate it. And you're cool. And if you didn't listen, you're probably cool too. You just if you didn't listen, then the problem is you're actually quite smart, because you realize that this is probably not worth your time, and you know why it probably isn't. You should be doing something else. No doubt there's something better you could be doing right now instead of listening to this. So you'll fucking do it, you fucking piece of shit. Thank you.